Hello and welcome. Sorry, I'm posting on Instagram because I've got to big up my brethren over here, Aaron, to another episode of Life Talks with Fawole. We have the wizard, Fella Dairy. If you know, you know. And we have Big A in the house, raising boys to men.
Second time round, people.
Give me some, I won't get my free.
You know them, man.
What's up? Hey, what's good? You good?
The energy, you know what? For a man that ain't had much sleep, the energy is always high, you know.
Yeah,
always high. I love it.
Always.
I love it.
See what it is, yeah? You know, like, I talked to someone else the other day about it, and I don't, like, I get upset, I get down, I get pissed off, I get angry, whatever. But I don't believe in giving other people that. It don't make no sense to me, because I don't want it from no one else.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone feels a certain way, fine, you can empathise, sympathise, get them advice, let them get stuff off their chest. But more time, me, I like to just give people good energy, so I strive to that comes out, and I keep all the other stuff to myself, unless I...
Because it comes back around.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, the energy will come back around.
Yeah, it's nice to be nice, you know what I mean?
100%.
Come on,
100%.
So, hey, you're back in the studio, right? Like
New settings.
Let
me just say, like new levels, you know, new levels. Now, I'm proud of you, man, seriously. Like, big episodes.
Yeah.
Aiming for that 100, yeah?
Yeah, aiming for the 100. I'm proud of you. Like, I've got you back here because of all the wonderful things you've been doing and all the wonderful things you do, all the people you help, your insight, your foresight on life, and on what it takes to be a father, what it takes to make a relationship work, what it takes to help grow children, is insightful, is helpful, it's innovative. I know a lot of people that are receiving and you're helping them. Do you know what I'm saying? You have an intensity about you. You have a structure. You're there when you're talking. I know I feel the passion when I see you online talking about stuff. It comes from the heart. We've skipped across your backstory about how you was grown, and I know your backstory about your dad was in your life and where you grew and how your life was coming up. But now for me, it's like,
where do you want to take it?
Yeah, I want to take it everywhere, but for me, the drive you have is amazing because you haven't stopped at your children. You're trying to help other people get through stuff, and which is fantastic. So we're going to take it here, we take it there, and everywhere. I just want to commend you for that. That's like you commended me for. I'm to commend you for that and being that person. Because even as I look at you, you can say who you want to tell me you want to be. You can say whatever you want to say. Do you know what I mean? But I see what I see. And I see good stuff. I see someone who helps people. I see someone who's inspirational. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you've got something in behind your eyes that is genuine, and you want the best for the people out there, opposed to, and God bless you all, whoever you're doing it, opposed to wanting to be internet famous or it's not nothing. That. If it comes subsidiary, fantastic. But that isn't your ulterior motive.
That's the bonus.
And that's what I see, which is so fucking fantastic. So you know what I'm saying? Give me 3 more than that. Right.
For the people that didn't see the other episode, could you just like introduce yourself and just tell us?
Yeah, of course. If you didn't see the other episode, go and see the other episode.
Thank you.
That's point one.
Like that.
But yeah, my name's Aaron. I run a social media platform called Raising Boys _to Men on Instagram. We just hit 50k. I think
50k.
50k. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. I think when I was last on here, we was at like 8 or 7.
It was 8 because you was low before you came on.
Yeah.
And then, but it was nothing to do with my show. I'm not going to take the props. Low before you came on, but in that period of time, the work you was putting in started to come to fruition, and you saw the numbers come up. I remember you saying the thing.
I started the year on 1,000, right? Well, let me touch on that. So the whole page is about my journey as a father of 2 children from 2 different relationships. But I openly talk to my eldest more so, who's 15, about life, about the fact that we don't live together, the co-parenting journey, how things are different at his mum's compared to mine, what our relationship's about. And I think people have just gravitated towards that because I think co-parenting is a topic that so many go through, but so many people are afraid to talk about because there's almost like an embarrassment behind it.
No one talks about it.
Do you know what I mean? And it's so common. There's so many single parent households all over the world, and yet it's such a kind of thing you want to avoid talking about it. Like.
Yeah. And it's like, for me, even when you got the dual parent households, it's just when you have a relationship between a man and a woman, it doesn't always work out. But there can be children from that relationship. So then it becomes co-parenting, like, and it's what's the word? It's a universal theme.
Yeah.
It's universal for everyone, even the people that was married for 20 years and they separate. It's the same kind of thing. The children might not have gone through the same thing of having one parent here, one parent there, but it boils down to the same thing of co-parenting and understanding how to navigate that kind of that field and still be a good parent for the child. You know what I mean?
And the interesting thing though is the numbers are going up though. The single parent household numbers are going up. So there's more people, more children being raised in single parent households than before.
Do you think the numbers are going up, or do you think more people are declaring it? Because where did the statistics come from?
That's the thing. Yeah.
Because like, what for me?
But I guess you've got I guess parents on benefits and things like that will have some sort of correlation to numbers.
Yeah, but then like, boom, you see, like that benefits thing. So if I now I've got a kid, it's not gonna happen. But say you got a kid, yeah, boom. But we're still together, but you want to claim money. You now say we're disbanded, and I'm sorry for everybody. I don't know. But you'll say we're disbanded so you can get better dividends. Because I understand if a woman claims a man's living in the house with her, she gets less support from the state.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
100%.
So that might make people more inclined to say that they're single parent households
like
to grab that dough as well. Do you get what I'm saying?
Can't deny that there's things like that going on, but I think the stats will also come down to, I guess, child support cases. How many mums are claiming child support from their children's father? Because you're not going to pay a woman child support if you're living with her. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to go through that process. So I guess there's those kind of
come
things.
from that as well,
Yeah. But the thing I've always stressed is, okay, we can look at the numbers, but why are so many relationships breaking down? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if those numbers are increasing, that's because relationships are breaking down, or people are having children outside of relationships. And you just kind of ask yourself, like, why is that? Like, where are we going wrong there? If we're trying to help the community, and we're trying to help people learn from our mistakes, where as fathers ourselves, like, I'm gonna throw a question at you. Where do you feel like you went wrong? In terms of relationship wise, as a younger version of yourself.
All right, for me personally, I never had a good example of what a man should be, what a man should and shouldn't do within a relationship. I wasn't aware of the way you're supposed to do something. You know, like for me, I tell my kids, go to school, study. You know what I mean? Do what you're doing, explore the world, live your life, create a base for yourself, and then find a partner. I wasn't aware of that, and I think some people with certain upbringing, they're aware of that and understand the hierarchy. I just wanted to find the love that I wasn't getting out there from whoever. Do you know what I mean? So in searching for that love, I'm now, like, for want of a better phrase, laying down with people that are probably searching for love at the same time, might be too young to comprehend what love is, have a different objective to mine. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, have are tarnished with child abuse, bad this, bad that, bad this, maybe mental health, whatever. Do you know what I mean? So therefore, that's destined to crumble. So to go back to your question, I just think I wasn't aware. I did things the wrong way round, and no one actually said to me, you know what? Hold on, stop. No,
this is how you do it.
Because I've got almost double-digit children, and I've got single-digit baby mothers. I won't tell my numbers on here. But I go through. If you name a situation that baby mothers and baby fathers go through, I've probably been through it. Cause I didn't put my hand on no one though. I never put my hand on no one. I don't think no one should put their hand on no one, man or woman. That I don't fucking advocate.
Keep it to yourself.
You know what I'm saying? That, but every other situation, probably been through it, mate.
You know what? I think what you're touching on there is like it's knowing what love is, but it's also understanding that love to you, growing up, would have looked different to love to me. Like, my mum might have shown love by hugging me. Do you know what I mean? Other people's parents might show love by giving them money. Like, everyone's version of love is different, and that kind of like flows with us as we get into relationships ourselves. Do you know what I'm saying? So
it manifests whether you understand it or not. You still you act it out.
But some people's version of love is very chaotic. It's arguing. You know what? If we're not arguing, we're not loving each other, because we argue, and that's how I show love. If it's peaceful, that doesn't make me feel comfortable. I need to be arguing with you.
Did they got mental health, bro?
But some people come from that. Some people.
You're right. Do you know
what I'm saying? It's like we always talk about love languages. Yeah, people are like, you know what? How do you show love? Like, some people prefer to show love through. What is love? Yeah. But in relationships, it's not just being on wave with someone in terms of like understanding their love language, but understanding how they handle conflict. Because some people, when you get into an argument with someone, you might want to just switch off. I need time to myself. Give me like a couple hours and I'm good. I just need to calm down. But if the woman is coming from a place where she likes to talk to resolve things, she might take your way as meaning you don't love her. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you might not be able to feed her when you're clashing. So it's kind of like having an understanding of, you know what, my man deals with it this way.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean he doesn't love me,
Yeah.
but I know I need to give him an hour or 2
Yeah.
hours to calm down, and then we can talk. But sometimes when you don't know that about each other, you're just going at each other. You're thinking, he don't love me, she don't love me. Whereas,
But then you need, I think, sorry to cut you, eh?
no.
I think you need to also be open to that. Like, be open to, like, I'm into this person enough to figure out a way for this to work. So I've seen this time you upset and I've spoke to you, but you didn't want to speak to me and you got mad. Next time I have to acknowledge that and say, okay, that doesn't work with my partner. That doesn't work with my missus or whatever. These things work. And when people are prepared to try and work at something, it works. I think that some people just want what they want for themselves and they're not prepared to give back. So then there's a problem there. Do you know what I'm saying?
That resistance.
But the resistance. Like, you can't expect, there's a lot of people out there right now, like, they expect something, but they don't want to give nothing. And it's long. I hear people, oh yeah, women, I want this, I want a man to do this, buy this for me, do that for me, do that for me, do that for me, do that for me. This is away from the topic.
Yeah.
But they don't cook, they don't clean, they don't do nothing.
The traditional values, innit?
Yeah,
Like, a man should lead, but they say like women aren't going to be submissive anymore.
Yeah, but a man will say, I want you to cook, clean, do this. But he can't even come home and say, here's your flowers, or I love you, or here's the money for this, or whatever.
Yeah.
They're spending the money on other people. So you can't expect this and get that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they're getting mad when they're not getting this. But that's what a man should do. That's what a woman should do. No, if we're both exchanging, then we do these things.
There has to be an exchange.
Yeah, you can't demand this if you're not doing that. And I think there's a lot of people that are they've got warped sense of reality.
And there has to be a trust. Yeah, because if the man's gonna, do you know what I'm saying? There has to be. If a woman's gonna let a man lead, she needs to trust in how he's gonna lead. Yeah, it can't just be, I'm the man, you need to just let me
listen to everything I'm
lead
saying.
everything I say, and you know what, you need to submit to me. No, as a woman, I need to be able to trust that I can submit to you.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, it's like the chicken or the egg. What comes first? Am I gonna submit to you, or are you gonna show me you can lead first?
I got your answer. First you try, then you trust. That's the way that goes. First you try, then you trust. You cannot trust without trying. So you try someone and then you trust. That's the equation. So you try someone, you get them to different situations, and then you trust them to be whoever they are in that situation, if you've got the eyes and the foresight to see it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be guru-y here, but first you try, then you trust, because you never know until, like, for argument's sake, I dare you women, leave your sexy girlfriend at home alone with your man and see what happens. And then you know if you can trust him or not. Don't just accuse him because you don't know. Leave him, do you know what I mean? And then other things, first you try, then you trust. I'm not saying do that though, but I just think first you try, then you trust.
No, I feel
You
you.
see stuff first.
I think going back to what we were saying though, I think like one thing I've noticed as a man that's growing up here is that trauma bonding is real. Like a lot of people will meet someone and be like, you know what, I've gone through this heartache. Oh, you know what, me too. And you're now connected because of a heartache you've both gone through with your ex-partners.
Yeah.
And that draws you together.
Yeah.
That's not a good reason to be drawn together.
No.
You both haven't dealt with your trauma,
Yeah,
and now you're
yeah,
attracted to each other because of that trauma.
Yeah.
And that's how cycles become repeated.
You
Do you
identify with each other,
ever
yeah.
know people that are just always constantly getting out of a bad relationship? There's certain people that every time you see them, you're like, yeah, my relationship, I'm just, like, my relationship's just,
He pissed me off.
Yeah,
I hate all the time.
always coming out of a bad relationship,
Yeah.
always ending up like, the relationship didn't work out. And it's like you said, we're not taking the time to actually address us.
Unless you do, you can't do anything else.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You're gonna keep fucking up.
I'm going
unless
to
you
keep
do.
fucking up because I'm not addressing myself. Yeah. They say like in school, you have lessons, yeah, and then you have the test, right? But in life, you have the test and then you learn the lesson.
Yeah,
Do you feel me?
yeah.
So you're in your relationship, you're having tests, yeah? Are you
Yeah.
going to learn from it?
Your lessons, yeah.
Or are you going to keep repeating that
Yeah,
test
yeah.
and failing?
Yeah. Please do me a favour. To give him the camera. Tell the people at home exactly the same thing. In your relationship, tell them.
In your relationship, yeah, in life, yeah, or in school anyway, yeah, you'll have lessons and then you have the test. But in life, you're going to have the test first and then you need to learn the lesson from the test.
You need to learn the lesson.
To learn the lesson from the test you go through, or else you're going to keep repeating.
And you're going to get vexed because you repeat the same thing. They also do the same thing and get the same results. No one does. And
No
they
one
get
does.
angry when it happens. But that's what Einstein said, that's madness.
Yeah.
Doing the
Keep
same
repeating
thing.
the same thing.
And
Yeah,
expecting a different result.
100%.
Doesn't make any sense. Aaron, because we're limited on time, and I know I
No,
want to
no,
get you
no.
back a third time. I want you to delve into the things because you got a list of stuff that we didn't cover. So I want you to cover that stuff.
You know what? It was
any,
more.
any pointers you got
a
there?
lot of it was about relationships. To be fair, because I feel like we talk about co-parenting, but we're not addressing that. That is a relationship in itself. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But you're coming out of one relationship with a person into a new one. People don't understand that. Like when you're co-parenting, yeah, when you're in a relationship,
Yeah.
man, woman is intimate.
Yeah.
That breaks up.
Yeah. The
You're
dynamics
now
change.
having it's a new relationship. But what a
Yeah.
lot of men and women do is they try and carry on the
to
old
maintain
relationship.
the old dynamic.
Yeah. You know what? Let me come around the house.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me call you after a certain time.
Yeah.
Like, let's still have sex.
How do you, in your opinion, and I'm gonna ask your opinion as well, how do you counteract that? And
Boundaries.
I've been through that myself.
Boundaries. But so many people are fearful to put boundaries in place. I'm going to say this more so with women, yeah? Women are fearful at times to put boundaries in place because they're then accused of preventing a man from seeing their child.
So what about when...
And there's a big sorry to cut you off. There's
No, you're fine.
there's a difference there, yeah? Like, if I'm preventing you from seeing a child, that means nothing you can do
Yeah.
will allow me to let you see the child.
Yeah.
But me putting a boundary in place is you can see this child,
Yeah.
but just come before 8 o'clock.
Uh,
Or you know what? Take the child on the weekend. Or
Yeah.
you know what? Do this. Two completely different things. But there's people out there saying, I'm being prevented from seeing the child.
Yeah.
When you're not.
But what about this? It is one day, yeah? So you're doing everything you're supposed to do.
Mm.
You got the structure in place. You got the consistency.
Mm.
You come in Sunday 8 o'clock on the dot. Money's going in the account every 2 weeks on a Friday on the dot.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
Clockwork.
clockwork every 3 weeks. You might send a little shopping. Every 3 months, clothes are bought for the youth.
Mhm.
Right, everything's going good. So one day you drop the kid off at 8. You go, you're not in nothing. She's not in nothing. But you just look at each other sideways. I'm saying, because you're both doing everything you're supposed to be doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because this shit happens.
Yeah, it's real. It's
and
real.
It's like everything's going nice. All of a sudden, you forget about the time when you was arguing and this was going on, that was going on. Man, looks good. Girl look lush.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? How do you maintain and it's a human being thing. I've had to do it sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I maintain it, sometimes I haven't. And it's like the shit is
Take off my jacket for this
Yeah,
one.
take off. But how do you maintain it in that instance? Because like what you're saying, I appreciate everything you're saying. I'm not taking away from nothing you're saying.
Yeah.
It's very valid, and everyone has to be alert and awake with everything they're doing. But when these things happen, and you're a human being, and it's like, remember, if you're a mother, I think it's harder for mothers, as far as my understanding is, because men come at you women all day long, anyway. You take care of your child, it's harder for you to establish something because you're more in tune with the child. So if they get, do you know what? I'm gonna be crass. They get wet. You know what I mean? They want to live with it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, and they've been with you before. They will think it's easier to go back to where they've been to. Do you know what I'm saying? There's mat mentality, but the problems that come from that is fucked up. Like, let's address all that
All right.
thing that I just built up there.
If you're an alcoholic, would it be sensible to go into a pub?
I like it, but I don't like it. I like that when you put
Do you
that.
see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you know,
Yeah,
if I go into that environment, there's a possibility of this happening.
yeah,
Don't go into the environment.
yeah, yeah.
And that's where the boundaries come in place. You know what? I'm not allowing you to come over after a certain time because I know you might try it, or I know something could happen, or I know we could fall into old habits. That's why boundaries are in place. It's not to
I
spite you.
fucking love that, you know.
It's not to spite
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
It's to actually
yeah,
prevent
yeah.
something from occurring.
Yeah, that will be detrimental to the whole
Situation.
What's going on, yeah,
Because
and bring it back to square one.
we have to be child focused,
Yeah.
not parent focused.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And when we're allowing those things to happen, we're
Wait,
parent.
someone's at the door, eh? Someone's at the door, eh? Someone's at the door, bro. Who we gonna be?
Let it.
We gonna be child focused, isn't it? We gonna be told again.
We gotta be child focused, not parent focused.
Bam! You look, wake up and listen to the man. Shit.
So many people are parent focused, especially when you've just come out of the relationship, because your only interest is what is the parent doing.
Yeah.
Is she? It's almost like a competition. Who's going to move on first? I need to see if she's
And it shouldn't
seeing
be.
anyone. It shouldn't be.
Go with your life.
Child focused, because the child is focused on you. You feel me? Like the child is focused on you.
It's the only focus there is for the child.
You need to be focused on the child.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, like for me, repeating cycles. You now that's how so many, like, I've had 2 failed relationships, yeah, and like you said, you've got.
I've got loads of failed relationships. I just let me think that.
Yeah.
Because of what you were saying, I was looking for love in the wrong places. God bless everyone that I've been with. They're all beautiful people as far as I'm concerned. I won't say nothing negative at all. But at certain times, things that were red flags were attractions for me, and then afterwards I'm cussing about, I was that guy sometimes that always pulled that relationship.
A ball in it. It's like a matador when they've got the red flag and you're running towards the red flag.
You see a person like, she's fucking pissing me off, someone's always pissing you off. Why are they always pissing you off? Because they're people you're picking. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was like, the
analogy I use, like, people might not get this, but if the way you smell is attracting flies, and you keep moving location, but every time you move location, more flies are coming to you, is it the flies' fault? Or do you need to do something about the way you're smelling?
Yeah.
You feel me? Have a wash, clean yourself up, freshen yourself up to attract something better. If all you're attracting, you know what? It's another waste man. It's another waste man. Or there's something about the way you're smelling that's attracting these waste men. Tidy up yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do some internal work.
Yeah.
And know, like, we spoke about love, but what is love? What is love, bro? Like, you said you was looking for love in all the wrong places. Yeah. But what is love to you?
To me right now, love is dedication, understanding, empathy, sympathy, allowing someone to be themselves, giving stuff without judgment. I mean, as a human being, even with my children, even when they do certain things, I can't help but have a certain idea, or why'd you do that? You have a little air of judgment, but understanding that person, the boot could be on the other foot. And if I can treat you how I want to be treated, to me that's love. So once I've done these things, if you tell me anything else, me personally, anything outside this thing, I'd be like, I can even tell you, shut the fuck up. Because I've fucking done that already. And not be upset about telling you shut the fuck up. Because I know I love you, and I know it comes from a place of love. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, I think it's honesty, trusting yourself, being honest with myself about how I feel about the person, and being honest with the person as well. That's just my rough definition, because I don't proclaim to understand what love is like.
This is why I love this conversation, because I think something you said there is advice that we've all been given as kids, which is a terrible piece of advice. When you're in school, you're always told, treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
In a relationship, that's terrible advice.
Why?
Because they don't want to be treated the way you want to be treated. They need to be treated the way they need to be treated.
Oh my God. Thank you, Aaron.
And that's where so many people make mistakes. They go into relationships saying, this is how I see love, so I'm going to treat them the way I would want to see love. Yeah. And like I said, based on how we've grown up, we all see love different. So I need to understand what love is to you. And I need to treat you in a way that you understand. Not in a way that I understand. Yeah. In a way that you understand.
Yeah.
But that advice of treat others how you want to be treated, we need to throw that away. We're teaching kids that.
Throw that shit away.
Throw that shit away. Like,
throw away. Don't treat people that don't want to be treated. Understand that shit. Like, empathize, but don't sympathize, but don't empathize too much. Understand? Fucking hell.
And you know what? For me,
I like that, I like that a lot.
But it's the fact of we give kids this information, and it's like we're not really teaching them about the real life. It's just kind of like, we don't realize that's a seed we plant at a young age. Treat others how you want to be treated. When you go into the playground, be nice, treat others how you want to be treated. Cool. But that same kid will take that advice into relationships and further down the line, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
It don't work.
We don't show empathy that way. Do you see what I mean? But we spoke about relationships, and you said what love is. What do you think makes a successful relationship? What do you feel?
Honesty and trust.
Honesty and trust.
I think.
See, like, for me, I came up this other day, I was just sitting down and I was like, relationships keep failing, For me, relationships keep failing.
You personally?
Yeah, like, I got out of a relationship this year. I don't want to talk.
Let me ask.
No, let's touch on it.
No. Do you think that because for me, like, you're a very well put together person. You're a very analytical person. You have an air of, not an air, a level of intelligence about you. So for you to be satisfied or to even be like challenged on anything, you need someone to meet you. This is my interpretation as well. On the same kind of plane, or they have to. If you're bringing chips and food to the table, they got to bring something to the table. They can't just come with a knife and fork. You know what I'm saying? I think that when people come with a knife and fork, initially they have got the tools to eat, but you'll be like, hold on a minute. It just becomes a problem. I think I had the same kind of problem, but let me let you.
You know, one thing I learned, because I started therapy this year, Yeah. And one of the things I learned is based, and I love my mum to bits. My mum will probably watch this, and it's nothing against my mum, but based on like the domestic violence and stuff that I saw growing up as a kid, I kind of developed a savior's complex when it came to women. So it would be like I was attracting women or getting into relationships or getting close to women that I felt like needed help. Because if I couldn't save or help a female, it was like I'm of no use to that person. Whereas that's not how it should be. And it's almost like I was trying to make up for the boy that couldn't help his mum or save his mum. So it was like I now take that, or was taking that into adult relationships.
Yeah.
And that wasn't helping. But then
Healthy.
it's not healthy at all. And I sat back and I thought to myself, this was the other day, and I said, as humans, we can go however long without food. Yeah, but we can't go that long without what? Water. Because if we go without water,
Or sex.
I'm
joking.
if we go too long without water, something dangerous could happen, right? It can really ruin us. Yeah. How I looked at it is relationships are the same. Yeah. You have to feed water into the relationship, and you'll be like, what do you mean? To me,
I'm looking at you like, what do you mean?
to me, water stands for words, positive words, right? Attention, time, energy, romance. Yeah? That water needs to be filled into everyone's cup.
If I call it water, call it not to be, call it whatever it, them letters add up to be, but it's water.
Yeah,
Leave it as
it's
water.
water.
Right now.
Yeah, the acronym
You got pen,
water.
you got pen, you got
Yeah,
pen back.
words, attention, time, energy,
You got pen,
romance.
you got pen anyway.
I got a
I'll
pen.
use my motherfucking phone. Go
Because
on.
like that's how I'm looking at it. If you take away romance, there could be an issue.
No, you need romance.
Yeah, you need romance. Take away attention. There's gonna be, if you're not giving your partner attention and they're not giving it to you, there's gonna be an issue. If you're not feeding each other positive words, if your words are always negative, it's gonna be an issue.
Big issue.
Time. If you got no time for each other,
Issue.
and if the time you do have, you got no energy, you're not giving each other energy, you're always tired, or you're not putting into the relationship. Water. You have to fill each other's cup with water.
I hate to do it, but I'm doing it. This is my episode. And sex. You have to have sex.
Romance
Romance, you're right.
falls under that.
You're
You
right,
feel
you're
me?
But with me, romance is buy you flowers, take you dinner.
It's everything.
feed you
Serenading,
dinner,
innit?
But then I want my sex.
Yeah.
I want my sex. Good one, though. Sorry, God.
But you know what? Going back to the co-parenting stuff, we spoke here about a man doing everything. You was talking about a man doing everything. If a man isn't doing everything, not providing financially, do you feel like a woman should ever prevent him from seeing a child? Because this is something I raised on my page. I was like, if a man is refusing to pay, saying, I'm not giving you a penny, do you feel the woman should be like, okay, well, come and see your child whenever you want?
See, if this is the thing for me. If a man's got the money and he's saying I'm not giving it, that's bullshit. You can't tell me you got it, you're not giving it. That's it. That's bullshit. I don't give a fuck. It's bullshit. If you can afford to pay your rent, you know what I mean, put your lights on your house or whatever, and you got money that you can pay your thing to, you pay the fucking money. It doesn't make no difference. I don't care. You pay the money. Do you get what I'm saying? But then, especially in this climate right now, if you're living separately and then the woman's she's working, whatever, she's receiving child benefit or whatever, a little assistance from the government.
Yeah.
But you haven't got enough to give. Like you're not making ends meet even. Then it's understandable. But then you give your time. You give other stuff. You make it up in other places. That's how I feel. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because there's times where, and this is the thing, because this happened to me recently. There's times where everything's going smoothly, but like COVID, it knocked people on their asses. So when you've got that structure in place where you're giving £300, £500, whatever a month, when it stops, the other person, like, all they know is it stopped. Some people are not understanding about why it stopped or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the dad who was doing good for a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, get the waste man brush. Like, you're a waste man. And it's not fair. Do you know what I'm saying? That's not fair.
Yeah.
But if you've got money in your pocket, you're not giving it, you're a cunt. Give the money to your child and to the person who's taking care of your child. That's just my interpretation. That's my answer to your question, isn't
So
it?
let me flip it. What about if a man is choosing not to see his child, should he still pay?
If he's choosing...
A man turns around, it's getting cold in here, but if a man turns around and a man says, you know what, I want nothing to do with I'm not going to see my son, I don't want to see him, I don't want to see my daughter, whatever, should he still pay?
No, of course he should fucking pay. It's his child, he made the child. That emotional thing is one thing, but the financial thing, you've got the money, you pay. And if you don't want to pay, send fucking CSA on his blood clot. And I'm a dad, I don't care. Send CSA for his clot. That's what I would say. Because I don't think that's right. The child never done that to you. The child deserves a certain quality of life. If you haven't got the money, you haven't got the money. If you're born into poverty, you're born into poverty. You're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, same thing. But if you've got it and you're just, because you want to say, oh no, fuck the girl, fuck this, fuck that, it's wrong. And like your chickens will come home to roost. Like you people are doing that. You will feel it at some point. And that, like, God bless you, but like burn fire upon you as well. Take care of your pitney them. That's how I feel. Take
and
care
that's
of your pitney
like,
them.
you know what? From a man's perspective whose dad wasn't around, my dad paid my mum nothing.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
my dad wasn't around. Remember, we spoke about this.
Yeah.
2028.
And to me, it's like, I don't care what you're going through or whatever. Like you don't just leave a woman to raise your child on her own. Like no financial support, not showing up. And I know there's men out there who are being prevented from seeing their children. Yeah, I'm not gonna deny that. There's men that like they're not getting access, and they say to me all the time, like, she's not letting me see my child. Should I still pay? Yeah,
pay, innit?
And I'm like, you have to pay. Yeah,
no,
it's like,
you know what I would say to that. Yeah, I would say to that is, ask yourself. Take the woman out of the equation. Ask yourself what's right. Ask yourself, do you want your child to eat? Ask yourself, does your child deserve to suffer because you're not talking to the woman or whatever? Don't just ask yourself these questions. As a man, ask yourself these questions. Do you love that child? Is the money you're giving, is it going to help the child?
it's your role.
It's your role. No, but there's roles. I'm going to acknowledge the fact that you're saying it's a role, but like I'm going to go back to that thing that you said, don't say. Like, treat people like you want to be treated, or can you stand up and be like counted as a man? And like me, I've got situations like that right now where I'm getting abused, but I can't, like, I've been guilty in the past of using that abuse as a reason not to give you money. Like, but then I had to check myself and say, "Yo, no, I've done it. I'll tell you, I've done it.
I've done it
my baby
once.
mums, they know I've done it.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, "Yeah, motherfucker, you did it." But I had to check myself at a certain point and say, do you know what? As much as I'm pissed off with you, as much as I'm upset, as much as you've abused me, whatever, that doesn't equal me not taking care of my children. So unless I haven't got it, you're getting it. Even if you come and spit in my face this morning, but my kidneys kickers for school next week, you're getting it. And I'll be damned if I don't do what's right by my child. And that should be the same for everyone who wants to call themselves a man. Because if you're not a man, you're a fucking boy. Simple, sorry.
No, you know what? There's so much passion in it. I love that.
It's how I feel.
It's so no. It's true. Like, to me, when I say role, the reason why I say role is because to me, like, you pay whether you see the child or don't see the child. You're paying for your child. Yeah. Even if the mum spends the money on nails or whatever, your part is to pay money. Hand over the money. If that woman then spends it on whatever, it's nothing to do with you after that. You've at least done your part. Yeah. It's like, imagine working for a company and you go on sick leave and they say, we're not paying you. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, because you're not coming in, because we're not seeing you, we're not going to pay you. Yeah. But then there's people that will be on 6 months sick leave getting paid. Full wages getting paid. Your job ain't seeing you, but you're still getting paid. Yeah. And those people don't take that same mindset in the sense of, I'm not seeing my child, but I should still be paying. Yeah. But
to me, we're chopping up a lot of stuff here, Aaron.
Yeah.
And we got to talk about self-love and then past experiences. You had your experience of what you went through with your mum and stuff, and that made you what you said about going and trying to solve things with certain people. Certain people have experiences maybe from their mum, because remember, mums treat kids a certain way. So imagine now I'm a son of someone of my mum don't like my dad. So all for my life, my mum's taking my dad's shit out on me. So when I now become a man and I'm out there doing my thing, then my baby mum tried to do that one time, I might shut down because that's a flag for me, or it just raises stuff for me. Do you know what I mean? So then I don't pay money because of what my relationship my mum had with thing and all the stuff I got psychological.
It's all backdated.
It's not about you. It's not about the woman that's doing the shit. It's not about me not want to be a man or a kid. It's just like a pantomime or a thing that happens within me. Like, certain women can't be happy unless a man's putting their hands on them, which is wrong, but that's what they're used to.
And that's why I said to you, it's what is love. Some people's love is chaotic.
Yeah.
They come from, like, you know what, my mum and dad were together for 20 years and he always put hands on her. Yeah. So to me, that's love. Yeah. And it's not. It's not. It's a very unhealthy version of it. It's not. But that's all you saw. Yeah. And this is why I'm always saying, women are saying, there's women that say, I'm never going to get in another relationship again because I've got a child. Yeah. And I'd never want them to meet a man. Yeah. That child has the opportunity to see mum or dad be loved.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
that,
you got to be open to that,
Yeah.
because, or else, how's that child gonna develop an understanding of what a healthy relationship looks like?
It's a vicious circle. And then now, so I want to ask you now something I was thinking about. How do you help single parents, or what do single parents do, or what do fathers do? No, let me not mix this all up. Let me say the first one.
Go for it.
So when you got children, because there's a lot of children out there now acting out because of what's going on in their lives, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And them acting out now makes them uncontrollable, if that's the right word. They can't negotiate with the parent that's got them, like the mum. You know what I'm saying? What do you do in that instant when the dad's not around and the mum, you can't help the child, but you see the child's acting out, but they want love or whatever, but they're doing madness, or they're going on the road and linking up with the wrong people. Right, that's one question. I'm going to give you two at the same time.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
And then what do you do as a father now? Because we can mix it maybe at 3 or 4, but I'll just do 2. As a father now, who's been trying, he's been paying and everything, hasn't been allowed to be involved, but now the shit's hit the fan, now it's your child. Take your child, come and help me because they're fucking up. Do something. But before, you won't even let me see this child. Only now because it's fucking up. When I told you, if you let me be involved beforehand, because this happens a lot of the time, we could have addressed this. They wouldn't have been so far off the reservation. But now, you wanted to stop me because you was vexed with me. Now they're fucking stabbing people or whatever, or telling you fuck off, or smoking or whatever. Now you want me to be the dad.
Now it's my child.
Now it's my child.
Yeah.
And then certain man are like, no, I'm not dealing with it. But answer that if you're
Like,
sorry.
to me,
it's a lot, but
no. It's like,
what's going on out there, isn't it?
that's the difference between being proactive and reactive, right? Proactive is like you said, understanding, you know what, this child is going to gravitate towards an older male of some sort. It may be, hopefully, if the dad's around, it's the dad. Otherwise, you hope that there's other men in the family that will take that child and say, you know what, I'll take you under my wing. Or else it may be olders in the street. And that's when certain things can happen. But it's understanding, you know what, my child, like, if I wasn't around, my son would be learning certain things as a young man from another male. I wouldn't want to.
It is what it is, isn't it?
It is what it is, but I always want that to be me. But if you have no access to your child for 14 years and then that child gets handed to you because it's a bad breed now, that's when you start. That's when you start.
Carry on.
You feel me? Like,
I feel you, bro.
You get like, you might be on the substitute bench for 85 minutes. You only get 5 minutes at the end. You can still score the winning goal. Do you know what I mean?
fucking love that.
You can make the biggest difference. You don't need, if the woman's not letting you be in the life until things go bad, and then they go bad, make them good.
Can I just say that again, please? Like, if you're not allowed to be a father, you're not allowed into the child's life until, even when they're 14 or until they're being bad breed or they're fucking up. Forget about your own personal emotions and stuff. That's when you start being a parent. Like, that's when it's your time. You're up now to play. You're off the bench, and like, what you do now will define what happens. Not what's happened in the past. Not what's been said about you. Not what people are proclaiming about you. None of that. What you do now is what will make the difference. Because children and human beings want to be loved. They want to be respected. They won't, unless you put in the time for them. They can't be reciprocated. So, like my learning man Aaron said, even if it's at fault, even if it's because they're doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, don't watch that. Just take the mantle and take care of your child, and do you know what I mean? Love them, can't you?
Because that's your role. Like, sometimes you're not allowed to. Sometimes you're not allowed to play your role. But when you're given the opportunity,
take it.
Like I always said, my mum never closed the door on my dad. My mum left, the door was always open, so my dad could have come in at any moment and said, you know what, I'm going to start being a dad now. But he chose not to. Or when he did come in, he chose to play dad for 2 hours and not come back for a couple of years. But the opportunity was there. When you're given the opportunity, take it. Like you said, forget everything that's been said in the past.
Forget it.
Forget all the heartache and what she's called you or you've called her. Child focused. Because
I will say that being a person who has had multiple relationships, multiple baby mums, all that stuff, I've been guilty of that in the past as well. And I only saw sunlight when I said to myself, no, forget what they've said, forget this, forget that. What are you supposed to do for this picnic? Are you doing it? Yes or no? Yes? Good. No? Fucking do it. That was as simple as that. And once I do it, and once I've been doing it, and once I did it, anything that was said to me or whatever, I was impervious to it. It didn't make no difference to me. Like there was times where back in the day, I was fucked up. Like you ain't done nothing wrong. Like you're a waste man. And I'm like, no. I go away. Am I a waste man? You know, like you feel bad. Unless you're doing what you need to do, you feel bad. But when you're doing what you need to do, no one can draw you out or nothing.
But you know what's interesting about what you said, yeah?
Go on.
When people call us names, we're the ones that attach an emotion to it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like if you was to,
strong,
if the cleaner comes in right now and says, "Oh, you're a terrible dad," you'll be like, just get out, innit? Like you'll brush it off. If your baby mum comes in now and says you're a terrible dad, what are you talking about? You're gonna get vexed. You've attached the emotion though. It's not because any of the words were different, or the words are even more true because it's come from a different person.
It'd be that love though, because when I say that to you, before spinning words, because it's a person, cleaner, fuck cleaner, don't know the cleaner. But this person's in movement. I've loved you. I've shown you my raw me and everything. You know me. So for you to say that, because it's someone I know, do you know what I mean? It hurts more.
But it doesn't make it more true.
No, it doesn't.
And that's the thing.
It doesn't.
Both people saying it means the same thing.
Yeah.
But you've attached an emotion to it.
Yeah. I totally agree.
And that's
with
what we have to understand sometimes. It's people saying stuff to us can be 99% wrong. Yeah. But it's how
99% of the time it is fucking wrong anyway.
But it's how we're reacting to it. And in co-parenting, you got to think about that. There's always that clash, the back and forth. And all you're doing is reacting. Now, when you're in a reactive state, you're never going to be... If you're vexed, right? If something kicks off and you're vexed and you're like, get off me. No, they took liberties. I can't reason with you in that mindset. Yeah? So, like, if we're trying to reason why you're in this heightened state, it's pointless.
Yeah, don't make no sense.
But when we're in this heightened state, we're still going back and forth. Sometimes it's like, you know what? Someone needs to say, I'm going to stop reacting. Yeah. I'm not even going to jump into this. Yeah. Let me come away. Let this calm down. And then I'll come back to the table and try and have a conversation when you're like this, because we can get somewhere. But people are trying to reason why they're in this heightened state. And it's never going to work. You're never going to be able to reason with someone who's cussing you off, saying this, saying that. Yeah. And that's where I've had issues in the past where I've been so reactive, bro. Like the littlest thing, 20 texts. Let me like bam, 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 bam. Because now I just need to vent. I need to let it out. Like, I'm not helping the situation. I'm not making it any better, but I'm feeling better.
Yeah. You sure you're feeling better?
I'm feeling, because I'm letting it out. I'm feeling better. Yeah. It's not helping the situation.
But you see, like, now, I would have said the same thing to you because, like, and I guarantee, like, I'm in my 40s. And I guarantee there's
looking
people
good though, bro.
I appreciate you too. Appreciate you. And then I know there's people probably going through it now and stuff. Cause I'm the same as reactive as you, and I can be even up to today. I'm a human being, so I still have that with my body. I can still be reactive. There've been times when I've had arguments and thrown the phone against the wall. You know, like, you bitch! Psh, phone blow up. Got my another phone. Certain times when I've been reactive, and as I've got older, I'm less reactive. So when I'm less reactive, when I be able to say to myself, you know what, person's trying to draw me out. I'm not gonna let them draw me out. I'm gonna go. And I keep it moving, I feel stronger. Because you know what I mean, same situation as when I was like in front of the phone, but I was like, you know what? And then I feel better.
But that's the difference. You can react to your emotion, or you can process your emotion. Yeah, what you did there, you processed it. I'm angry.
Where the fuck are you, fucking guru?
Yeah.
Where the fuck do you get all this stuff from? Oh wait, hold on a fucking minute, mate. He's coming on the show and fucking like right. He's got all this good information about being a dad and being a mother. This guy's got some guru chip in the side of him because the stuff he's spitting out. And treat people how they want to be treated, not how you think they want to treat you. Telling you, go on, guru, hey.
But
no, I don't know what you're getting, but I'm telling you, fuck it, bro. I like it.
What you did there was you processed it. You was aware of it, and you know what can happen. So let me process this, take some time. Whereas what we often do, I think a lot of the time with men especially, when we feel hard done by, we get angry. Anger. A lot of the time it's men, we're angry. And we're not processing that. It's okay to be angry. It's okay, but feel that. Don't let it control you now.
Understand it as well.
Understand. You know what? I'm feeling angry right now. And because I'm feeling angry right now,
I might do this, and this.
Let me move away. Rather than I'm feeling angry right now, I need to punch someone or I need to cuss this person out. No.
You go to jail. You go to jail.
Just that split second.
It takes just 1 second and you'll be in jail for a long time. Serious,
just
that's
for
the
being
thing.
reactive.
Reactive. So please, guys, women as well, but guys out there, young men, people, especially people in relationships with children involved, try not to react. Try to process things first. Like, hey, we're talking about Uncle Suckle, you big. Hey, we talk about parenting, co-parenting, and not being allowed to see your children. And people are manipulative in these situations. People use these situations to get back at you for things that they're upset with you about as well.
Yeah.
Try and process the stuff that's going on, because you might realise that they're saying you can't see the kid, but what we're actually saying is like, you fucking spat in my face last month, you pissed me off, so now I want to make sure you're pissed off. Here you go. Don't be pissed off. See it and don't react.
Sometimes the child is
hard.
Sometimes people think the child is the only weapon to hurt the other parent.
Yeah, especially I think women do it to men more than men do it to women. But I think it's a two-way street. I won't try and proclaim it. It's not a two-way street, because I know it's definitely a two-way street.
But you know what? Well, women are 89%. 89% of females are the main parent. It's only 11% of men that are actually the main parent, where they're kind of handing the child over to the mum. So I guess women are more in a position to be able to do it, because there's a greater number. Do you see what I'm saying?
I had some fucked up stories though, man. And I'm still, not to be, I'm not.
I
don't give a shit anyway. But like, Turkish people, a lot of them have taken the men just take the kids away and take them to Turkey just to piss the women off. I've heard stories about that. I'm not sure about any other races, whatever, that have done it, but I've just heard stories where they just done it, not even to have the child, to raise the child, just to make sure they bun the woman.
Spy it, innit?
Yeah, what is that?
And is that best for the child?
No.
Like, even when we talk about 50-50, like a man and woman splitting the child 50-50, like, I don't always think that's best for the child. Like, but a lot of people say, nah, like, as a man, you should have your child 50% of the time. And I'm like, if I was to come into the picture now and say to my either child, I got a 15-year-old and a 9-year-old, you're going to come and stay with me 50% of the time, that would have a negative effect on them. They'd have to travel further to go to school. They'd miss their friends. It would unsettle them.
Yeah, it's not
but
conducive.
it may make me look better, because I'm 50% dad now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm even. But just because you're not 50% doesn't mean you're any less of a parent.
Yeah.
And I think we get so focused on, no, I have to have my child. And that can be sometimes to spite the mum. I'm going to come, all right, cool, I'm going to go for main custody. I want full custody of the child. Do you really though? Do you know what that actually means? Like, bro, like if I came to the table and said, you know what, I'm going to try and get full custody. Bro, I'll be honest, like, I love my children to death. Yeah. I can't handle full custody of my child.
Yeah, you're a good guy, you're a real guy, but do you really though?
Do you know what that really means?
They don't.
They don't. Do you know what the mum is really going through? Like, the restrictions, the tiredness, all of that.
Can I just say this to you as well then, In respect to that, like, because I can only talk from my side. I'm on the man's side, innit? I'm on the dad's side, innit? Yeah. Sometimes women just let the man be a man, then, innit? Sometimes women are doing stuff to make you sit down, hold the baby. They don't really want you to sit down and hold the baby. They want all the other stuff, but that's what they can do to you. Like, sit down and hold the baby. Yeah. Let me go off and be a man and provide for you, or be a man and build something for the future, rather than doing all that. Like,
so it's going back to those traditional roles, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, a man should do this and a woman should do that.
No,
right?
it's not even. It's not. It is going back to the traditional roles. And it is being, because when we use that word tradition and going back, there's the fucking feminists and the D's and the that and the that and the that. But mate, it fucking worked. It worked for years. Yeah, people can argue that there was abusive relationships and there was this and there was this and there was this. But who's arguing about the good stuff? Like the same way people say there's fucking terrorist Muslims, but no one's telling you about all the good Muslims that you see. They do bad black people. No one's telling you about all the good academic black people. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, as much as the traditional stuff worked for me. Like, it worked for everyone. It worked for me, for a lot of people.
I feel like as men, we kind of, not that I was around back then, but you knew your role as a man.
Yeah.
Your role is to provide and do this. Now that women are able to do that for themselves, a lot of men don't know what their role is anymore. Because back then, it was the woman would stay home, the man would provide, right? But now you've got women that can provide for themselves, which is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
And that puts fear into some men, because it's like, rare, well, what's my role then?
It's obsolete. You're no longer needed. But
does it though?
It does and it doesn't, because this is greater than just men and women and children and parents. This is a society. It's a society. I can't even say the word. It's a society kind of like thing that we're talking about. It's not just men and women. It's a whole society thing, because now look. So the traditional thing was men had their role, women had their role, kids had their role,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So kids knew you fuck up, your dad's coming up, he's gonna deal with you.
Yeah.
Or people down the road can tell you something because if
Even
they don't,
schools, you get beatings in
deal with
schools.
you.
Yeah.
So things worked better.
Discipline.
They worked better. Women knew, okay, I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll do this, I'll do this. Man could come home and work his ass up, but now he's got a plate of food on the table. Like, oh the house is clean, and it works better. Not for everyone.
Yeah.
There were people that fucked up the situation and the structure, but it worked better. I remember, bruv, you could leave your door open, and the whole community, you could go to this one's house, that one's house. If you fucked up, someone would tell you. Someone would tell your mum.
But that's where the whole village to raise a child came from.
It was better.
Yeah.
Just the way for me, it was better. And then now, for me personally, everything that's going on, and it's coming to fever pitch as well, That's like, I'm getting the soapbox now. It's like, there's no respect from the youth. No one's got respect for each other. The women are getting abused left, right, and centre. The men are not getting respect as men. The whole thing is just falling down because of this lack of traditional values, as far as I'm concerned.
There's no structure.
The structure was pulled away. So just like anarchy. It's just anarchy.
Yeah, everyone's freestyling.
It's anarchy.
Everyone's freestyling.
It's fucking anarchy. Fucking hell. God, sorry, but it's anarchy, man. Yeah, I love everybody. I love human beings. I love life. But it's fucking, yeah. And it's going to get worse.
Like, would you want, if you could pick your like ideal relationship, would the woman be at home?
No, my ideal relationship would be
like, would you both be working, or would you prefer like
we both communicate, we both be understanding, so it wouldn't matter for me. My ideal relationship, my woman could say, you know what, sit down, I got this, I'm bringing the dough in, you know what I mean, and she have to bring it in. I'll be like, okay, cool, I got this, I'll change your nappies, what's this, do that. You're like, okay, nah, you got this, you go work, I'll stay home and do this. But everyone just do what they're supposed to do. See, if I'm out making the money, when I come home, I want my rice and peas and chicken, jollof rice and thing, breakfast, and the foot massager out when I get home, and no one fucking about with me because I'm tired. Or if not, I do that for you and you bring the money home. I believe it could be anything if you're in the right relationship with the right person. Doesn't matter what you're doing, because your objective is for the greater good of whatever your whole unit is doing.
Yes.
That's as far as because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are, but you both have to be on the same page. You know what I mean? Okay, we're teaching the children. The children are not going to be rude or this. We discipline them. They'll have to watch this. You do this, do this. This is how we work. The child can't come around here and say, mum said this. So did you do this or not? No, didn't. Well, you know the rules. Go and fucking do that. Do you get me? That's me, bro. That's me.
There's a team effort.
Yeah.
Very cool. Do you feel though, if we're connecting it to co-parenting, yeah, do you feel that you and your children's mum, yeah, or mums are a team? Do you feel like your children look at mum and dad as a team, even though you're not together? Do you still feel like they look at you as like mum and dad are a team?
I don't believe that any of my children look at me and their mum as a team. However, like, I'm letting them know that don't think you could do this over here and come over here. There's a general quota. If these things are not done, it doesn't matter. So even though, like, I've got one particular baby mum that is full of shit, I don't care, she's full of fucking shit. I don't like her because of her attitude and stuff. But my children could never come and tell me something about her, and I wouldn't question them and just take it, like, off face value because I'm not happy with her. I'd be like, okay, even though the mum's full of shit, and I know she can get out of her box certain time. Like, what did you do? Did you do this, that, and the third? Would you conduct yourself in the right way? So they can't come around. They can't come around the side. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about that. If I answer that question correctly.
Yeah. I think that's important though. Like, I think, like, I was saying this to my son the other day. I said it doesn't matter whether me and your mum talk or not.
Doesn't.
Like, you need to understand, like, I've got your mum's back. When it comes to you, I've got your mum's back.
What's right is right.
What's right is right. Like, I'm not going to have you talking to your mum a certain way. I'm not going to have you disrespecting your mum a certain way. Just because we might not get along doesn't give you as the child the right to think you can act any way. Like, that's still your mum. And because that's your mum, I've got to have her back. It's not even like, I'm doing it because I feel... No, in my eyes, I have to have my child's mum's back because I'm trying to show my child that.
I want to say this. I love talking to you, because you make me think about all different stuff. I'm going to say this. Give me the camera. I'm going to say this. All you young men at home that are getting big and bright and getting muscles and your balls are dropping and all of that, respect your mum, because without your mum staying, no matter what she went through with your dad or whatever, no matter what she might have done to your daddy, dad done to whatever, she stayed the course. A lot of men, not every man stays the course, but the majority of the time, women stay the course with you. Good, bad or ugly, they make sure you have a food on your belly, a roof over your head. I mean, you might not like what they're saying to you and stuff. I feel like crying right now. You might not like, fucking hell. You might not like what they're saying to you right now, but fucking respect your mothers. You have to. Cause I see youths out there that are just acting like they ain't got no family, that didn't come from nowhere.
And you know what?
Sort yourselves out.
Everyone wants, like, in a relationship, I feel like everyone wants unconditional love.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the closest thing as men, I feel like we're ever gonna get to that is from our mums. You feel me?
The closest.
You get unconditional.
My mum still loves me unconditional.
Yeah.
Bloody, ayo, what are you doing? But she still loves me.
No matter what you do, your mum will love you.
Yeah.
In a relationship,
maybe fucking upset, maybe a bit teary-eyed.
but in a relationship, you may fuck up, and that may change the way the woman views you.
Yeah.
But you know, mumsy, unconditional love.
Yeah.
Like, and I think we try and get as close to that as we can in a relationship, but it's hard. You can never. You know. Even marriage, because that's what they say in it. Like through sickness, health, all of this.
Yeah,
like,
you can never. You know what I like though. What I have to say, I do like. If when you're in a relationship, you have a child with a woman, and if you're with the woman and shit,
yeah.
Like, God forbid you try to do that to the kid. That's my kid. The woman will fuck you up. Like, no, that's mine. Even you do, no, that's my son. I love that. I love women for that. Like, you'll be there with them. There's no problem. You're in love and everything.
It's that protectiveness, isn't it?
Yeah, the protectiveness. That protectiveness of a mother. You can't fight with that. I love it. Not my son. My son. You're crazy. I will kill you.
Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love that. So props. I know how, but props to women for that.
Do you think most men have unconditional love for their their children as well? Because there's a lot of guys and their daughters. When it comes to their kids and things like that,
the daughters. I agree with you. The daughters. You totally. I think it's the women is the men. The men is the women. Like definitely,
mummy's boy, daddy's girl, innit?
Yeah, but even so, like I'm just saying, you know, like the daughter girl or the daughter child could be doing something, the man child could be doing something over there. And he'd be like, dad be like, what are you fucking doing? Mum be like, no, don't touch my child, leave my child alone. You know, like they really get in between you and the child, where a man might let you buck your head. They still love you. They don't love you any less. We just show our emotions differently. But they'll let you buck your head, and afterwards, like, okay, you buck your head, like, come here now. And listen, you know I love you, but bucking your head's part of life, son. Well, the woman be like, no, don't buck your head. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel it's like that. I don't know if I'm wrong, whatever, but I just, yeah.
You know, one thing I wanted to touch on quickly. I don't know how long we got, but
we got as long as you want to stay, buddy.
Well, I said like half 4 in it. I was like, I've got to balance, like, but co-parenting, because we're coming up to Christmas, innit? Like, Christmas will be here before we know it. Co-parenting during the holidays, yeah.
Worries in the dance.
Like I feel like it's. I'm not even lying or making this up when I say it, because I get a lot of men that jump in the comments and they're like, "Oh, you're a simp. You're catering to women too much," and I'm like, I'm just being real.
Yeah, and you don't like it's your business.
It's your business. You don't have to follow the page.
Yeah,
How
real.
can you be showing up in every one of my comments, but what I'm saying triggers you? Why are you still here every post?
Yeah.
But there are some men who want to show up just for the holidays. Oh, it's Christmas time. Can I have my child?
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Yeah.
Where have you been? Like, should I now work with you because it's Christmas time when you haven't worked with me all year? Like, I just feel like they say, like, a puppy's not just for Christmas, innit? Like, you feel me?
I'm dead.
You feel me though? Like, a puppy's like, you can't
I've got something for you though. I've got something for you. See, what I've got for you, right, is you're totally right. And like, I'll tell you, I've been through most connotations of kids and that. And I had my kids, like some of my kids, 1 weekend on, 1 weekend off, 1 weekend on, 1 weekend off, right? Which was really good for the kids, really good for me as well. But then, like, being a dad who's not the main carer, I know Easter, summer holiday, it's my time. More often than not, I prepare for those times. So Christmas, I prepare that they're going to be off school, so I can just take them and do what the hell I want to do with them. That's the mentality I've had in the past. Even if I don't know that I can see them during school time, sometimes I want to see them week on off, week on whatever. Yeah. I know they're on holiday now, so I can take them. And that's just, and I'm not trying to think, but I know that's probably the fault of certain of them men. Some men are cunts and whatever. Yeah. But some of them men, for me, it's like, I know it's holiday. I can take them without having to bring them back every night, whatever. It's easier for me to take them holiday time. So I thought, me personally, I thought that was my kind of time to really, like, give me them for 2 weeks.
But that wasn't your only time though.
Nah.
And that's what I'm saying.
Nah.
If that was your only time, say you wasn't showing up every other weekend or whatever, and then all of a sudden you're calling the mum, oh, it's Christmas, can I see the child? I don't feel like that's that like the woman, I don't feel like the woman should stop you from seeing the child, but I feel like you can't just show up because it's a birthday.
You can't.
Or because, you know what, it's my mum's birthday, can I take the child?
But then what I'll say to you is something that you said to me, or you haven't even said to me. I'm sorry, just a lie. But when you talk, when this guy talks a lot, you feel like he's talking to you, which is props to you.
I love that.
Yeah. You said, is the child going with the parent fundamental or detrimental to the child? And if it's detrimental to the child, then no, don't let them go Christmas. If it's fundamental, it's good, then let them go, because you as a parent, you have to think about what's best for the child. So you know, like the parents who come in who say they're coming and they don't come, and that lack of structure, that's what you're talking about. That's damages the child. It's better they don't see the dad than they see the dad twice or 3 times in a year. It's better they don't see them. Do you get what I'm saying?
You know what?
But if it's going to benefit the child's been asked about their dad. If the child has to, because we're all human beings. I had a time where I needed to know who my dad was. I didn't understand it, and no one could tell me who my dad was. I need to see who my dad is. I need to understand who my dad is. I need to see how he treats me in a certain situation. I need to just be in a room with him and just see him talk to other people. As a child, you've got things, as a human being, you've got things that no one else can answer for you. So as a parent, as a mother, during those periods of time, if you see your child is lacking or longing for these kind of things, then you allow it. But if it's going to be counterproductive for them, then you don't. That's just my taking on that.
But
and that's from what you said, like,
I'm with
you know what I mean?
I'm with you on that. Like, I feel that when a man comes in and then disappears, or when a man's only doing a part job, you're actually giving that child 101 more questions. So it's actually you may be like, but I'm their dad, and you're gonna take them and buy them something, but my dad, literally, I remember when I was 9, came to see me one time, took me KFC, didn't see him again till I was about 16.
You spoke about it on the
very
show
inconsistent,
as well.
would pop in and out, not around, break promises, leave me waiting, not show up, all of that. Now as a man, I see the negative effect that's had on me and my relationships. Now, my trust is crazy. Like, if
trust issues,
because my dad would speak words, right, and then always let me down. So your words mean absolutely nothing to me. So now if I'm in a relationship and a woman says something to me, if you break that, like, and that's from my dad, so you may just break something so small, but to me, I'm now bringing everything that my dad's done along with me, while I put trust into your words. So like, words to me mean so much more because of what my dad's been through. So I would have preferred my dad.
With your dad, you mean?
Yeah, if my dad stayed away and just wasn't around, I could have worked with that. You know what? But him coming in, out, breaking promises, now made it harder for me as a man when I became closer to females. And even my relationship with my mum, anytime I was let down by someone's word, it would hurt 10 times more. And I had to go through therapy to realise that.
But then, do you think that, like, because on the negative and the positive side, in this current climate, that, because we can revamp stuff and use it for our advantage, you're not going to be anywhere you don't need to be. And someone can only let you down once because of that as well. As much as if there's a negative side of that, there's a side of it where someone could say something to you and they don't do it, and you'll be like, okay, well, you had your chance. I've had partners in the past. I am who I am, innit? I've partners in the past, and I've fucked about and stuff, and like partners, and they say, "Oh, you never do that again." I'm not gonna do it, but I'll continue to do it. And I've had partners who, like, you do something once, I've never seen them again. And I had to check myself, but they never had to deal with my shit ever again because they had those levels. So all I'm saying, I'm just saying, like, there's a negative side of it, but there's the strength side of it, because, like, you know, we say about if we never went through all the stuff we've been through, you wouldn't be the man who you are today.
Of course.
And that's what I mean by saying that. I'm not trying to say that it's good or whatever, but we are.
It can be a protective mechanism, innit? Like, in the sense of, like, you're not going to be able to screw me over too many times but then also, it may be something small that they genuinely didn't mean, and I've now taken that as complete disrespect.
But then they can explain it and articulate it, and perhaps you can get past it as far as like, just in the greater scheme of things. If it really isn't that, because if you step on my foot, you didn't mean it, you say sorry. All right, cool, I know you're sorry. If you kick me in my ankle, I'm sorry. I know you meant to fucking kick me. Do you know what I'm saying?
If I see repetition,
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like, I'm paying more attention to you now because I'm seeing patterns.
And I think it's so important and it's so fantastic that you're here that everybody as human beings take the time to analyse themselves and analyse the stuff that they've been through and why they are what they are. I do it, you said it, and I advocate it. Counselling is really good. Counselling can help you find out stuff about yourself that you might not actually address, and you keep acting things out which then don't help your life because you're just acting them out. And if you just sit down and have the conversation and understand, okay, this is why I do it, this is what's happening, you can make the changes that need to be made. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even that, and I'm going to let you talk now as well. I've got some questions in the book. Even like take a look in the mirror when your baby mother does something or your baby father does something and you want to stop them from seeing a child, or you don't want to give them money or whatever. Look in the fucking mirror and ask yourself, is what you're doing right? Is what you're doing, does it help your child? That's all. Look yourself in the mirror and then, she pissed you off, but does that mean you don't have to give the money for the child's nappies, the child's trainers, the child's clothes for the next 6 months because she pissed you off? Does it? Does it mean that he can't see it? See his child because he pissed you off? Look in the mirror. Please, this is Aaron. I fucking no homo, love you because you've taught me a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror, people at home. Check yourselves.
But you know the scariest place for someone to be sometimes?
In the mirror.
On their own.
On their own? Okay, talk to me.
Like, that's when you have to do your reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah? When you're on your own. Some people don't like to be by themselves.
Yeah.
They always having to be in a relationship. They always have to be around friends. Because when you're on your own, you're thinking.
Yeah.
Some people don't like what they're thinking.
But
some people don't like the reflection. So the scariest place to be sometimes is, I need to be on my own and reflect. I can't do that.
Challenge your fears. Because I respect you and appreciate what you're saying.
Yeah.
But until they do that, then other people are suffering because of their reactions and their actions. Until they check themselves, they have to do it. People have to do it. If you've got children, at least you have to do it.
You have to. But I've always said, everyone's got a bottom line. Yeah. So your bottom line will be different to mine, right? But some people's bottom line is way too low. So that's why.
What do you mean?
As in, certain people, based on where your bottom line is, people can only get away with so much. Yeah. Before you've hit my bottom line.
Yeah.
If this bottom line is all the way down here, you're taking shit after shit after shit.
Yeah.
Some people need to raise their bottom line.
Yeah.
Some people's bottom line is way too high.
Yeah.
So it's do you see what?
Some people's bottom line with a chest should be. Your bottom line where your chest and where your neck is, your bottom line is. You better take that down, mate. Chest is too high, as the Jamaicans say. God, sorry.
No, but it's finding
It's real levels, man. Levels.
You've got to find a balance. And yeah, we go through relationships and we fail until hopefully we meet the right person. But if we're not, like you said, what did I do wrong in that one? All right, what am I doing that's attracting these type of women? Okay, cool. What do I need to work on? Do you know what I mean?
One I had to ask myself, because people said it to me, I'm always get these mad crazy girls and that. What do I want? What do I really want? Because I say I want this, and when I get out, I don't really want that. What do you want? What is it you want? Find it. Well, you know what you want. It's easier to just know what you're not going to take. As far as that's me. Regardless.
But then
I'm looking for a question or two.
But sometimes, don't you feel like sometimes what we want changes with the times?
Yeah. But just identifying what you want. Okay, so today I want whatever I ate, jollof rice or whatever. Tomorrow I want chicken and rice and peas. I just knowing what I want.
No, forget that.
Go on.
What you need.
What you want, what you need.
Yeah. You got to think about it.
I swear, when they say the Rockies, when they say the clone or an android or something, you're just it's just on point, you're shaping on point, bro.
What you need shouldn't be detrimental to you. Yeah. For example, when we got here, yeah, you was eating whatever. Yeah. Yeah. That's because you know what I want. I'm just gonna grab that. I want that quickly. Yeah.
No, I needed it.
No.
I didn't need it.
No. Difference. That's what you wanted to get, yeah?
No.
Hear me out.
No.
All right. I'm not gonna.
Let me spin it for you. No. Because bro, this is what I wanted.
Okay.
I needed to eat food, so I ate the other thing, but this is what I wanted.
Okay.
Sorry.
Bear with me, yeah?
That's what I wanted. That's enough rice and turkey beef, you don't know.
So, for example, when I leave here, yeah, I might crave a Snickers. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I just want to get a Snickers. Or you know what? I want a kebab.
Yeah.
But if I keep going, my wants, tomorrow I'm not going to want a kebab. Yeah? Like, you wanted that today. Yeah. Tomorrow, you might not want that. The next day, you might not want that.
Yeah.
So that's always fluctuating. You need water. Yeah?
You need to breathe.
Every day, you need that. Without it, you can't there's certain things that you need from a woman and you need in a relationship, and there's certain things that you want.
Really? Okay.
There's certain things you want.
All right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, the right woman for you will need to have some sort of understanding or be a particular way in order for you to really connect. But where we've probably gone wrong is we've gravitated towards women that we wanted.
Yeah. I know
You
that.
feel me? There was something you saw and you're like, I want a piece of that. You wanted
she had
a piece.
a very nice nyash, and I said, I want that one.
But look at where it's led.
Oh, mate.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Mate.
If we knew,
Mate.
I can't tell you what you need, and you can't tell yourself what you need unless you do the work on yourself.
Yeah. I just, hey, I'm listening to you. Don't smile like this. You know how much man out there is like when they realised they didn't need this, when they got it.
Because they didn't know what they was actually signing up for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You saw a part of something and thought, that's what I want. And then you actually got to know that person and you're like, oh, this is... No.
Do you know what else as well, right? I think the time between the time meeting and the time beating, there's no time between it. So if you're meeting and you're beating, strap up or take something because you just don't know the person. Like, it's as simple as that. Because if I can't tell people don't meet and beat, because people are gonna meet and beat. But even me personally, I wish I didn't did things. I'm happy for my children, but I wish I'd done things slightly different and had them all in one place.
Do you feel like you could date a woman without beating?
Can I be a woman without beating?
Like, date a woman, like get to know a woman without beating.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you'd enjoy that though? Or do you feel like you'd feel like I'm missing out on something?
Yeah, I think I'd enjoy it because, like, it's the same difference what you just said just now. I'd want to fuck her, but I wouldn't need to, because all the sex only lasts for so long, and sex is there's release and stuff. But there's other things that come before and after sex that are really, really that we need. We need the understanding, the listening, companionship, going out, sharing energy, having a laugh, breaking monotony of work. Someone just knowing that okay. Go on.
Yeah, no, go on.
Knowing that when you come in the house, you need 5 minutes before you talk, or in the morning when you wake up, you need 20 minutes before you talk, or you need a coffee, or you need a back rub, or just people understanding all these things are much more important than the fucking sex.
And that's what you got to get to.
Yeah,
right?
they're much more important than sex. Sex is cool, yeah, busting up, but those things are important.
And this is why the action becomes a distraction.
You better start rapping, motherfucker. This action comes in. This motherfucker rapping.
The action of having sex is what's distracting you from everything else really going on with that woman. So you might not see certain things about her that you don't like because
all you're looking for is a pum pum.
Because something's so good. Yeah, it almost covers everything else. So the action is becoming a distraction. So now, instead of going to her to get to know her, you're going to her for sex. So you know what? Sex is so good. I just need to be around her more.
This is why I say to you that I could do it. Me now, but that's because I've been through.
I'm at, bro. That's where I'm at. I'm like, you know what? I want to go. Let me take you to the theater. Let me actually be in a car with you. Go get something to eat, chill, talk, and see if I'm stimulated by that. Because I know I'm going to be stimulated, but is this going to be stimulated?
Yeah. And that's why I could do it as well, because that we've come to a point where there's more to the game than that.
New levels.
There's more to the game than that. And then also it's like there's so many Happy Meals out there right now. Like when I say, you know what I mean when I say Happy Meals, there's so many Happy Meals. Everyone's dressed up to the nines, this, that, eyelashes, this, that, body enhancement, this. They're all, almost everyone's just focused on the sex, and the relationships are finite rather than infinite.
Happy Meals,
yeah, they're all happy. There's big Happy Meals out there, bro.
$1.99.
$1.99, but not even that, above 99p, bro. They put the price down. There's big Happy Meals out there, like, and that's the guys and the girls. They're covered in Balenciaga, this, that. It doesn't it doesn't mean anything.
It's distractions.
It doesn't mean anything. Because when they fuck and then they wake up with their knickers on someone's floor, their pants over there, and look around, they're like, Ross, they're still the same person. They're still in the same situation.
Have you stayed in relationships longer than you should have because the sex was so good?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've got people that I've argued with. Like, there's people that God rest their souls that even passed away. That like they've been like, "Hey, you fucking, and a fucking bitch, She got some nice tits, though, man. And the way she sucks dick, oh my God. No, you know what? One more time. And I'm like, one more time. And then one of the next thing, you fucking. And when I'm arguing, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm fucking hate her. But no, just one more time with her tits and I'll be all right. Like, it's a vicious circle. This is a saying, if you contradict this saying, like, I'll still respect you and everything, but I'm like, I'm not fucking saying nothing to you again no more. Like, but I'll tell you what, there's plenty of fish in the sea.
No, like I'm with you.
Anyone, so don't think you need to stay in what you're in. You don't need to stay there. There's loads of, and there's someone out there for you, or someone that will conform how you want them to conform. Or play the game, play your game. Like,
there's 100 pennies in a pound.
Yeah.
Do you feel me?
Yeah.
Like
that's just complimenting it.
Yeah. There's loads, and
pound,
it's like, it's knowing, like, you know what, this is what, like you said, like I'm of an age now where I'm not distracted by those things. They're nice to look at if a woman comes in and she's got a certain physique or whatever.
Don't mean anything though, yeah.
I'm actually put off sometimes because I'll be like, you remind me of someone. Your look reminds me of someone. Like, so I'm already defensive. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like,
when I get bored of that, what am I gonna do? Because I do that. I think it's a natural thing as well. But like, I'm getting old as well. Like a dog in the school. So I'm like, tits, But I'll be like that, and I'll be like, all right, but there's nothing I can do with it. And like, there's nothing you can do with it. You look at, okay, that's nice. That's about that's the extent of it. To me, that's the extent of it. Because you get naked, you have sex, it lasts for a certain amount of time. Then you have to conversate. Then you have to see what you're doing. I've aspirations right now. I've got dreams and stuff right now. Does that
people have to be on the energy? Yeah. The energy you let in.
Where are you at?
It can't mess up what you're doing.
Yeah, you're not even. You're talking about something. You're talking about going and getting some more like £500 trainers. They don't mean nothing to me. I've got them, but they don't mean nothing to me because shoes. You've only got 2 feet. So
let me ask you a question, yeah, because this is.
You know you're over your time, but I don't mind. I don't care. I'm here. Yeah, I'm here till 7. I've got another 2 interviewees coming. I don't give a shit.
For men that have come from failed relationships, we've got children with different women, yeah? What do we show or tell our sons to prevent them from doing that? You
can't prevent anyone from doing anything.
Or to make them learn from what we've done.
Understand anything can happen. You know what I mean? Check yourself. The best person you can know is yourself, which is what we're talking about right now. Understand yourself. You understand what you want and what you don't want. So even if you come into my house with a girl that's screaming and shouting, you say, you fucking, but you know that that's what you want. Who am I to tell you that's not what you need or want? You know that when you go home and lay down with her, it's all good. She cooks, she cleans, she does this, but that's just part of her character. And to me, even someone who knows that, okay, this person, but they've actually got all the other attributes they need in their relationship is understanding and loving that person and allowing that person to be themselves. For me, my children have to just know who they are, know that nothing lasts forever, anything that can happen. So just know yourself, be fortified, don't take anything that you shouldn't be taking, and be accountable for everything you do. Don't think you can throw this phone, it break, and then want me to fucking pay for it. Accountability is very important. To me, accountability and understanding of yourself is all that matters. So I'm accountable for what I do here and understand what I do and don't want to do. So I'll never... Sometimes you do, but I'll never ever be in something that I don't want to be in anymore. If I'm there and I don't want to be in there, I know I'm like work. I don't want to work, but I know I need the money for certain things. So I go to work now. That it's just as simple as that for me.
So what would you, if one of your sons had a child and didn't want to know the child, as granddad now, are you having an active role?
If the mother lets me, I will.
Yeah.
But irrespective, I will have an active role behind the scenes because I know what's what right now. So like what I'm doing right now, even though like some of my baby mothers don't see me, some of my kids see me when they see me and stuff, but they can call me anytime. Everything I do, including this podcast, everything I do, I'm building for them in the future. I'm trying to make it easier for them. So if at any time they need help or they need something to find out to do, or I've created an environment where they've like, I'm trying to buy an 8-bedroom house. So I've created an environment where they'll have something there. And that's to me, that's what I think my role is as a man, as a job and as their father. So whatever they do, good, bad or ugly, when they come to me, there's something there for them. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think is important. And that's just me. Everyone, and there's no right or wrong in this. Anyone's thing is right or, do you know what I mean? But that's just me. That's my one, isn't it?
Because you know what? Like, my dad's older brother, right, reached out to me this year. And I've never spoke to him before, met him before, anything. And he was like, you know what? like enough is enough. Like there's certain members of the family that want a relationship with you. And in my head, I've started to get to know him, and he's an amazing man. Never met him still face to face, but I've always looked at it as like, my dad didn't want to know, right? But what's kind of irritated me a lot as well is knowing that his family didn't reach out. Do you know what I mean? Like, because he's one person. Like you said, like if the woman would allow you to be granddad or play an active role, you would, regardless of how your son's being. And I looked at it and I was like, I don't respect that. Like that he had mum, dad, he had siblings, like cousins, who could have just said, you know what, we're still taking him under our wing. Do you know what I mean? And I just think it's important that even if a man is not playing his role, his family still have roles. There's grandma, there's granddad, there's cousins, brothers, whatever. And I just know that sometimes that doesn't happen.
You got to understand, okay, for me now, and this is your own personal thing, so I have to be careful how I talk, because it's not my situation. I don't know the full ins and outs of the situation, but I have some similar situations in my life. So then it's down to also what will happen, because if now, say your brother, your dad's brother,
my uncle,
your uncle, when you was a baby, decided to make that connection, but then there's like other people in the family that are going to cause problems, and making that connection, he wouldn't be able to facilitate seeing on a regular basis, but it would cause a fucking hurricane in the household.
On his side.
Sometimes it's not, it's just not, you can't, it's not worth it, because it's always worth it, but you can't, like now he could talk to you as a man. Before he'd have to go through your mum, and then maybe your dad saying he didn't want to deal with you as well, like, bruv, why are you fucking going there? I told you not to fucking deal with it, right? Then his sister, then maybe his mum, like they're both the mums. All these, you never know what numbers in the equation where you can actually go to the point and actually do what you want to do. So sometimes I'm just saying, like, there's people in families that want to do stuff but can't. There's families that don't want to do shit as well, but there's some who want to do stuff and can't. So it's just, it's all relative to the given situation, and then you got to add on to that whatever the individual's going on in their life as well. They might have a baby mum and rare. So their baby mum might be saying, your brother ain't guys look for him. Why are you fucking guys look for him? People are fucked up. Do you know what I mean? And then that, like, and then they say no good deed goes unpunished. So like, imagine he's going to work, he's got 2 kids, he's got his baby mum, he's going to have to deal with his brother, his baby mum, maybe with his sisters, your dad's other baby mum that's fucking about, that was trying not to let you see his niece and nephew that was in the flats with you. Remember, you had your sisters around. That like, uncle, why you going? Oh, they stopped talking to him because there's so much fucking numbers in it, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, because of you and because of Lewis and some other people, I look at things in, like, try and look at it multifaceted.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then because I've got issues with my parents, like both my parents, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't say or whatever, but I've got issues with both my parents. And we are people, human beings. We have emotions and reactions to certain emotions. But then we're men now as well. We see things like
through different lenses.
So I have to say, like, okay, as shit as this is, it's still like, you know, like, it's still something else. I'll be honest, like, my brother got married the other day, right? My brother's younger than me. He called me and invited me to the wedding. Like, it's my dad's side. I'm the only son that links my dad and my mum. So he's got 2 brothers and a sister over there. And then he invited me. And then when I got there onto the place, it was outside London. Plush, lovely wedding. Yeah. The first person I saw was my dad. Like, there was loads of people. The first person I saw was my dad. He goes, so your brother invited you? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'm very happy, very happy. But back in my head, like, and I can't swear, I'm talking about my dad right now. I'm like, why didn't you invite me? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could have said that. Do you know what I mean? Why didn't you invite me? But then there's a number of things. It wasn't easy. It's for your brother to do it. You should be connected with him or there's loads of things, but why didn't you invite me? You know what I mean? But I didn't worry about that. I just say, yeah, I'm happy I'm here. And like, do you know what I mean?
You know what? I was in.
I was just happy I was here. But I'm saying, like, go on.
Like, I think I last saw my dad 9 years ago.
And I love you, Daddy. I love you.
I saw my dad like 8-9 years ago in Sainsbury's. Bumped into him. That's the only time he's met his grandkids, my sons. And I remember we was walking through Sainsbury's at one point, or in the car park, and he was telling me how he's selling his place to give some money to like one of my sisters to help her get a place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're telling the son you've abandoned that you're gonna make life easier for.
Mate.
And I'm just like, are you not, like, I didn't say nothing, but in my head I'm like, are you not thinking?
Yeah. What is
have
it?
you forgot what? Like,
What's going on? What's going on? Like, you know what picnic I got, right? What picnic I got? But you know, like the wedding, the amount of money for the wedding. I'm just like every week I'm looking for dough to feed my kids and buy clothes. Like you haven't once said to me, yeah, here, boom, this, and I love you, but it's just, what can you do?
That, where is that?
Yeah, what can you do? But then also we have to now understand, like I do, 'cause I've got loads of children. Like sometimes it's hard, unless they're close to you, to do certain things as well. That gap, that void that was created by your dad's whatever, like I won't speculate.
Yeah.
And then but his baby mum whatever tried to make that void or whatever. That thing that was made has caused that. So it's not that you don't. I don't think it's not that you don't think about it. I don't think my dad doesn't think about me. I got my kids right there, but not that I don't think about them. But the ones who are closest to me, I can think about them quicker. Or like it's part of my daily routine. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not, doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it good. Like I've got, like I said, almost double digits. My oldest son, he phones me all the time. Remember, all of them, and I'll give them all my blood out of my body. I will die for any of my kids. But it just so happens that my oldest son gets the most out of me because he just phones me and he comes to he gets, if I was to break down the financial thing, he gets the most out of me. Like, and it's not because I love them any less, any of the others any
the
less.
Dynamic.
And he would be the person who'd be like, yeah, Dad, show you how to do this. It would be the same thing, but I don't know what's going on over there. But it would be the same thing. He would get, but I'll be like, no, I'll sell the house. You don't get, you get this, you get this. I'm not in it. And you lot fucking go make your own money. The rest of the money you get. And I'm serious. That's how I am with them. Make the rest of the money yourself.
Yeah.
But I try and be, what's the word? Like fair.
Balanced.
But it is hard, and I'm not trying to think.
No.
It is hard when you're pushed out of something, and there's politics involved, and you still got to maintain your male prowess. You still got to ask the questions of yourself every day. Am I doing the right thing? Should I help this one? Or even when he's helping your sister, if I help her and I don't help them, I'm really going to say that could even stop you from helping your sister. Do you know, like this? It's mad, Aaron. It's mad.
There's bare different lanes to it.
It's mad.
100%. But I do think that the character of the man comes through in scenarios like that. You feel me? Like
I like you because I talk so long-winded and you just talk so condensedly. I like you just condensed it. All that brother said. It's done down to character, bro. It's character. God, I love it.
But I feel like it is. It's like based on everything you've been through, it's built a character within you. Certain things you stand for, certain things, no matter what I say to you, there's certain things you'll never do because that's not in your character. And certain men's characters are built differently. And I just think my dad's character, I think is weak.
I'm sorry.
And I don't know, like my character's different in the sense of if I was in a situation like that and I had to go through my baby mum or I had to go through my son's partner or whatever, I'm going to at least attempt it. At least to be able to say, you know what? I tried and I couldn't.
All avenues, yeah. But you didn't. There's like you gotta say. They say weak men breed strong men. And you're strong of blood clot, Aaron. Right, you're strong of blood clot, mentally, physically. No, serious. That's what they say. You know, because we have to suffer. Like I've suffered. Like so, I'm stronger now because I suffered. Like I will say, I want to please my dad. Like, but I never saw him until I was 28. Like properly, never saw him, and even now I don't see him properly. But I can take care of my kids. Know what I mean? I can fight for them, cook for them, make money for them, everything. So, you know? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's mad. But you know what I'm saying? Because you got people who had, like, and it's the vice versa, people whose dad was there all the time, and then they're just weak, bro. You know, like, I'll take your ice cream, I'll take your lunch money.
Everything.
You know what I mean? And you'll be asking me, do you want any more? Put some other chocolate
come back tomorrow. Let me come back tomorrow.
Yeah, because you're weak, mate. You're weak. So it's like they're the balance. But what would you say, like, for what's going on now in the streets? Because you've got kids out there, young men out there that have no comprehension of what it takes to be a man or whatever, and they're just winging it. What do you say if you're a parent at home, like you're like we said, your parents, your mum, baby mum phones you, you know what I mean? Your boy's fucking up, come and get your boy, or your girl's fucking up, come and get your girl. But you haven't been there for you wouldn't even let me come and see them. Like when I've been paying money all these years. How do we deal with that as parents? And then a mother who's got no one, because it's kids out there that just like
this is why
wild.
You know what? This is why I've really started this young boys mentoring program that I do. So every Wednesday, like it's on Zoom, so it's remotely, but I jump on with about 12 boys. They're aged like 10 to 15, and we'll talk about
On what platform?
this will be on Zoom, just on
Just okay, but not on a where no one can watch it. It just comes on.
it's just yeah, I don't record it or anything like that. And we'll talk about, so what I do is I'll bring a topic to the table, like for example, success. What is success? And like we spoke about that last week, and a lot of the boys focused on money. Success is having money. And I was like, but what if you're unhappy? Do you see what I mean? I'm trying to get them to think differently, but every week I'll have a different male guest come along and share a story about something they've been through in life, just to plant seeds into these boys' heads. It may go out the window, but I'm aware that a lot of these boys don't have male role models, but they can still get male guidance. Do you know what I mean? Their dads might not be around, they might not have too many men in their life, but I'm trying to create a positive group of men that can come and let's talk to these kids, let's do this, let's do that.
Do you know what happens though as well, it's very important and beautiful you do this. I've got another guy called Frank who does So No Days Off, does Rise, was it Real Focus podcast as well. You started a podcast yourself, right? Soon, I hope.
No, I've got one. Yeah,
you got one.
Yeah.
So what happened? I just thought you was doing just the little clip it bits.
Oh no. That's like the
YouTube
YouTube page, and that I think we're almost at 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is good. Like we're literally 60,000 on TikTok, 50,000 on Insta.
Good.
And YouTube. The full episodes go on YouTube.
Good.
But the clips you see are from the full episodes that'll be on YouTube.
So, what is like anything. If you're not given, if you ain't got one at home, you go out and look for one. And it doesn't matter who you are, whatever, you're looking for. Young men, they look for it. It doesn't matter. You have to have an example of what a man should be. And like, sometimes if he's on the road, it's shit example. If you know what you're doing, it's fantastic. You're giving you're mentoring to them, talking, getting across. They can see as a man, bring people on. They can actually have an example of certain things. You give the stories and stuff. Like unless you have that, like I said, when I was young, you asked me a question earlier, I assumed that was what a man should be like, or that was what a man should be like. But we'll never ever do that and like say we know, like as young men, you always look to something or someone, and sometimes it's the wrong one. With you, it's the right one. Do you get what I'm saying? And then someone's have to give you thought-provoking questions. You know what I mean? Enlighten you on certain things. Not have like the hood, like the youngers wanting to go and shop for me. Not that kind. You don't need that kind of role model. Go and get pum and fuck this girl, fuck girl. You don't need that kind of role model. No. That's what I'm saying. Everything we've spoken about on this show today so far has been good so far. But even more so, it's that them having the role models like yourself, like myself, like this big Matt kind of like Big Frank, and having that conversation and that real life story about what you've been through, and you ain't licked no one down. You're not a pipe. You're here. You're healthy. You're strong. You're doing the right things.
You know what? Though?
You're involved. Go on.
I'll end it on this year. But my son, like, I'm always worried about things that could happen to my son. Like as a dad, like, you know what, he could get hurt or he could get this. But the other day, like, he called me, and it was like 8:30 in the morning. So I've answered the phone, and it's like Wednesday. I'm like, "Are you ill? Like, why are you not at school?" And he's like, "Nah, Dad, I couldn't sleep." And I was like, what happened? He goes, "I saw something, like, I was at the bus stop yesterday at school, and basically he saw a boy get stabbed. Like, it was on the news and everything." So he's at the bus stop with everyone else waiting for the bus, and there's this gang of boys that start fighting, and he sees the boy get stabbed and hears the noise. And he said that night, that's all he kept seeing. Like, and I said to him, for one, you should have told me as soon as it happened. But I came away as a dad, and I was like, I've always thought about what could happen to my son, but never what my son could see. Do you know what I'm saying? And I was like, my son's that's trauma now. Do you know what I mean? That's trauma. And I never, like, I always tried to protect him, like, don't hang around with this, but never kind of prepared him, you know what, you might see some things. Like, and it just made me like realize where, like, it's dangerous out there, but we've just got to be so mindful of, we've got to prepare our kids for what they could see life. And what they could experience for life.
What have you seen? I don't need to tell me straight up, but that's a question for you to just answer inside yourself. I know what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that is a realization for you, and I appreciate the realization as well. I'm just saying, well, worry about what's gonna happen. But yeah, like what they see, and then not even like, I worry about the stabbing and all that. I worry more about them laying down with the wrong chick. Or certain other things, just been taking the wrong drugs as well, or the
wrong chick getting them into
something. Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Because it's just crazy, and all of these things, like they're part of our lives. Becoming a parent is part of our lives. We're no longer, it's not just us. And we could do everything we're supposed to do. We could do everything by the Rouse Clark book. And even at 25, they could still go and do what they want to do.
Yeah.
They could say, you know what, fuck you, dad. No, fuck you, mum. I'm going to Canada. I'm running off for this person. I don't fuck.
Yeah.
And everything you've done up until that point, it does mean something, but you could almost feel like it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
It's this, I believe, like, being a parent is the hardest thing in the world to do. Yeah? Or being a parent is the second hardest thing in the world to do. Co-parenting is the hardest thing in the world to do. Do you know what I mean? Or maintaining a relationship after the relationship's over and being a good parent is the hardest thing to do. But everything in everyone's given, at any given time, could be the hardest fucking thing to do. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could be.
Especially if you've got no scale to measure success.
This-
As a parent,
We never do.
Where's the scale to say you were successful at being a parent?
We never do. But I can just say, if your son phoned you and spoke to you about that, that's success, bro.
And that's what I looked at. You know what?
That's
There's certain
success,
things
bro.
where I know, he's told me something that I know he hasn't told his mum. And not that I would keep it from her, but it's like certain things I'm like, nah, he's got a trust in me there. I'm not going to break that trust when I don't need to. If it was like, you know what, dad, I don't know, like I stole something I shouldn't have, I'm going to tell your mum. Like if it's something small where it's like a girl or a situation, like, you know what, all right, we've got a good relationship.
You told him. You told him, like, well, you nicked something, really? You're a fucking idiot. You're going to get that. Don't tell your fucking mum you can't. What are you talking about? Oh, is this? Okay, I'm not going to talk about this. We could talk. You create that respect. You create that relationship. And that's what I've always tried with my kids. That's that. Your kid phoning you is a beautiful fucking thing, bro. Because if everyone who's a parent, if their child could phone them when they feel vulnerable, or they have a problem, or they're thinking about something, we win as parents, bro.
Yeah.
Because then we can advise them and no one else advise them, or they don't go off of their own mind and stuff. So our experiences become beneficial to them. You're an amazing parent, bro. And you're going to leaps and bounds. Yeah, you're humble as a motherfucker. But all the people, like, I want to thank you for all the people you've helped. I want to wish you all the best in everything you're doing. To get you back on, I want to thank you for enlightening me on certain things, provoking me on certain things, even teaching me how to be more humble, giving me a good work ethic. Your work ethic online is fucking out the park. It's fucking out the park. Your request of me, which you won't say on camera, like, are you sure? Yeah? I'm not fucking coming, you know what I mean? You already know what I'm talking about, Winston, innit? No, serious. Hey, you're already doing great things. You're going to do amazing things. Thank God for your life and for what you're doing with your life. That's it. Bro. Without what you went through, you couldn't be here helping people. Yeah? So God bless you.
Bro, I just want to say I'm proud. Like, let me just give you three. Like, honestly, like I'm proud of you, and I know you got so many things that you're doing, and I know people on camera just see you here, and they don't understand what it sometimes takes for you to even get in that seat.
It's long.
Do you know what I'm saying? And what you've got to do when you leave that seat.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, from me and the people, we appreciate what you do.
God bless you, bro.
And just keep doing what you're doing, man.
I ain't stopping.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
I ain't stopping.
Just make sure you don't let it run you down. Do you know what I mean? Make sure you always you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because the minute it gets like, you know what, I don't want to do this, but
now we'll do it. We'll do it Jamaican style. And we run things the wrong way. You understand? Yeah, that's Love Talks.
Bless it.
Ayo Fawole. Aaron, Raising Boys to Men. Check it out. If you don't know already, you better go find out. And the wizard behind the camera. Yeah, Love Talks. Come on.